eXp Realty, and I am honored and excited and proud to introduce our newest eXp rock star here at our beautiful company, Mr. Dominic Mitchell. Dominic, welcome to the eXp family.
Hello, thank you for having me, everyone. I appreciate it, Traci.
Oh, I'm so excited. I got to tell you, partnering with you is a huge honor and a huge blessing. Can you tell everybody a little bit about your business there in the great state of Alabama?
Absolutely. So I live in Huntsville, Alabama. We're the Rocket City. We're known for all the missile and rocketry that is from the 1950s with the Warner von Braun after World War II. And we now are in a extraordinary position where we're going to be hosting headquarters for U.S. Space Command pretty soon.
Wow.
And so we are facilitating the needs for NASA and also for our military defense systems that are critical for our infrastructure and all our military defense systems. And we are the future of space. And so I'm super excited about what Huntsville has to offer and for all the people that are going to be moving here in the next 5 to 10 years and what that means for real estate and how we are going to be able to facilitate all the needs that people are going to need in the real estate industry. And and so what I'm hoping to bring to the table is an opportunity for my outside partners with EXP to help me bring in new developers and people that are looking to develop in the Huntsville area. We're a population of inner city, about 300,000 people, but we're metro area is about 700,000,
Wow.
about 450,000 from Florence to Scottsboro, Alabama. And so we are super excited. I just had the amazing opportunity to be offered a position as of yesterday with Jeff Bezos's company, Blue Origin. And so I accepted that opportunity, and I'm super excited. I see this as an opportunity for me to bring new EXP members to the EXP family, and I am super stoked about it.
What a huge honor. And it's really a testament to the work that you've done and the foundation that you've laid over your entire real estate career. So tell us a little bit more about that opportunity and what you're looking for in partners to help you with that incredible project. Oh my gosh, to literally be a part of history. How exciting.
So Huntsville right now, I I got into real estate about 12 years ago in the Seattle area. And as you all know, that the inventory has been the housing industry has an inventory crisis. Well, that has actually happened in our doorstep here in Huntsville. And at the same time, what we're finding out is that the opportunity for growth here has become tremendous. And now I am instead of selling houses at the moment, I have had the amazing opportunity to land some amazing land deals. Raw land has gone up from about $45,000 an acre to $175,000 an acre here,
Oh
and
my
so
God. Woo.
and so that has brought the opportunity for a lot of build for rent opportunity with developers, apartments, single family build for rent, and so those type of developers are trying to facilitate the need for housing immediately, but then
Sure.
there's also an immediate need for other housing developers to come in for sale developers, and because eventually what we want to do is we want to make that transition of those people that are living in the for rent community to move over to the for sale community, and so that's two angles of real estate that we can work together on. We're always going to need people that are going to sell houses, and we're always going to need developers coming in and sell land to developers. And as Huntsville is growing, and I had the amazing opportunity in the last 2 years after COVID, I landed a $22 million raw land deal. And I just landed, as of this past week, another $12 million raw land deal. And so it is really happening here in Huntsville. It's super hot. And I think that regardless of what the naysayers are saying about what's going to happen in the economy in 2023, Here in Huntsville, we probably will not see one, inch of any correction or any type of recession. The job market is busting out the seams, and I'm excited to be working with any partners in eXp to help bring and facilitate the needs that we need to facilitate here in Huntsville.
Mhm.
And I'm super excited for Traci for inviting me to eXp, because that's been I think this is going to be an amazing relationship.
Well, the thing that eXp does that no other real estate company does, that certainly that I've ever seen, is that it allows somebody like you to be involved in a lot of different aspects of real estate without having to join a lot of different real estate companies. So most real estate companies don't have a commercial division, and the few that do, to be a commercial agent, you have to be an exclusive commercial agent. You can't touch residential. But with our hybrid program, you can be a resi-mercial agent, is what we call it. So
Oh,
as an
sweet.
as an eXp agent, you can work your commercial, you can work your residential, which is imperative for the development stuff that you're doing. So
Absolutely.
it's the opportunity to really tap into both markets, and to also, continue to recruit and train other real estate agents in different cities to help feed the people that are coming into Huntsville. So, I visited Huntsville many years ago while I think I was in college, and I was amazed at what a beautiful city it is. And it's
It
so
is.
white collar. It's kind of like it reminded me a lot of Austin, a college
Yeah.
town where everybody's really smart and well educated and good looking. And, it's a
Sure.
bustling scene.
And there's a lot of other things that people don't realize about Huntsville. We're neighboring to Muscle Shoals. Muscle Shoals is the community that started the rock and roll era. And we're kind of a triangulated history with the music industry from Nashville to Memphis to Huntsville.
Wow.
Highway 72 is considered as the Rockstar Highway.
Huh.
That's where a lot of the um, back in the 60s and 70s rock stars used to come to from all over Europe and United States to come to Muscle Shoals and record their songs in the famous Fame studio and
Mhm.
by Rick Hall. And so Huntsville has retapped into that market. They wanted to have a softer image, not all to be about military and civil defense and military defense. Um,
Mhm.
they just spent a $63 million amphitheater, built a $63 million amphitheater here in the Mid City project.
Uh-huh.
It's a project. It's already built, but it cost the city about $120 million. And so the image now that Huntsville is projecting is an image for everyone. It's not just for engineers anymore.
Right.
As you might know, Huntsville has the most PhD graduates in all of the United States.
Wow.
And so, as you were saying, it's a white collar community, but at the same time, we're very eclectic. We have a lot of
Mhm.
history. The Bankheads used to live here in the 1920s. So Tallulah Bankhead brought all her artistry and her acting prowess here to the Huntsville area back in the early 19th, 20th century. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we are really proud, and we're hoping that everybody will be here to the Huntsville area soon so they can experience it.
Well, it's such exciting stuff. I can't wait to come visit you and see all the projects that you're working on. Tell everybody a little bit about why, I know that when you made the announcement that you had moved to eXp, it kind of sent shockwaves, through the Huntsville real estate community. Tell everybody a little bit about why you made the decision to jump on board with this life-changing company.
Well, I have an interesting history with eXp. When I was in Seattle, I was working for some other real estate agencies, and I did a lot of production work for other agents when I was a rookie. I like to say it.
Mhm.
Um, and in that time period, I would sometimes call an eXp agent or one of the founding members of the eXp family in Bellingham, Washington, and they would try to recruit me in the early days of eXp. So I knew a lot about what was going on in the beginning stages of eXp about 12 years ago.
Mhm.
But I never did just imagine that this company would be what it is today. I knew that it was going to be great, but
Mhm.
to hear of the growth rate of, being 80, these numbers in the 80% percentile, and growth rate from
Mhm.
last year to now, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. And plus, uh, being associated with a tech city,
Yeah.
both Seattle and Huntsville, I knew that the technology was going to catapult this company into the future, and it is definitely doing that. And I love every minute of that.
Mhm.
Because the technology is always going to put us on the cutting edge,
Mhm.
and that's what we need to be a thriving real estate agency.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a completely different model. And my goodness, don't you wish, like all of us, that you jumped on board in 2009 with eXp? You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
If I only had a crystal ball.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, it's an exciting company to be a part of, and every once in a while somebody will say, "Well, have I missed the opportunity because now we're at 87,000 agents?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You're definitely not too late. If anything, you may be too early." I
Mhm.
I, I believe that, and I don't have a crystal ball either, but my goodness, when I looked at the trajectory that this company is on and the way that our founder, Glenn Sanford, is, man, talk about firing on all cylinders. He has been, I am more excited about where we are today than I've ever been in the 7+ years that I've been with eXp.
Oh, wow. That's so
Yeah.
exciting. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it. I know that there's going to be great things, especially with eXp here in the Huntsville area. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to what it's going to bring.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, well, and you're in a unique position to be able to help a lot of people. You're gonna need some real estate agents. So if you're in the Huntsville metro area and you're interested in joining eXp and being a part of what Dominic is doing, then definitely reach out to him. We'll make sure his contact information is down here below as well. And you're gonna need agents to help you with all different aspects of these projects, right?
Absolutely. And so I'm gonna need partners helping me facilitate the transactions. I'm gonna need partners that help me bring in new people. Whether it's buyers and sellers, and and helping me put those people together.
Mhm.
And I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna make some money.
It's good to make friends. It's better to make friends wealthy, right, Dominic?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So, what do you see as the next big thing going on in the Huntsville area? Will it continue to be the space industry, or are there other industries moving in as well? What are you seeing?
Oh yeah, there's Tommy Battle has done. Our mayor has done a great job bringing a dynamic job market to the Huntsville area. Not only are we working on these space and military defense communities,
Mhm.
um, Tommy Battle has also brought in an amazing group of auto industry
Mm.
companies here to the Huntsville area. We just just got done building the new Toyota Mazda plant.
Wow.
And they're bringing out, they're talking about, they're building motors for these new Mazda trucks. And then there's some things out there that are coming with Toyota Mazda in the future,
Mhm.
especially now with electric
Mhm.
vehicles and such. So there's talks about a possible new plant coming here. Um,
Mhm.
there's all types. There's about 10,000 different subcontractors that are just helping facilitate with Toyota Mazda plant.
Wow.
This all began about 20 years ago with Governor Folsom, who brought the Mercedes plant to the Tuscaloosa area.
Mhm.
And so, with the help of Mercedes, Toyota Mazda, and a nearby Volkswagen plant just across the Tennessee line, there's more auto industry contractors and companies that are coming here by the day. Not only is Tommy Battle working on that, but he's also bringing in an AI group
Mhm.
with robotics, and
Wow.
so there's going to be robots plant here pretty soon, and if it's not here already.
Huh.
and then there's fabrication for the aero industry. There's Lockheed Martin, of course, Northrop Grumman,
Mhm,
Boeing. Our
mhm.
aerospace industry is just phenomenal, and so yeah, we're a very diverse community, and we can't wait to see what other people are going to bring to the table.
Mhm. Very exciting. And I again, I think this is a place where eXp really is a magical company. We've just recently launched our relocation division, and one of my good friends, Don, actually is the head of that relocation division.
Oh,
And
sweet.
yeah, I know. So that's another conversation that you and I need to have. But the way that it works is that you, as an eXp agent, if you introduce us to a company and that company decides to do business with eXp, for the relocation, my understanding is that the agent that brings the deal to the table actually gets a percentage of those deals in perpetuity. So it's just one more residual income stream. So think about the big companies that are moving in. And the
Yeah,
reason that companies love working with eXp relocation is, let's take a company like Lockheed Martin. They have plants and businesses in dozens of cities, correct? So
absolutely.
yeah, so like if they were just working with one real estate, if they weren't working with EXP, they would have to find, okay, we need a company in San Antonio, we need a company in Huntsville, and we need a company in Detroit, and we need a company in the Space Coast, and a company here, and a company here. But with EXP, they can sign one contract with EXP, and because we're one company, not a franchise, they only have that one point of contact. So it allows the HR directors to only have one person to deal with, as opposed to multiple people in multiple cities with multiple companies. And it streamlines everything from compensation on down. So it's a
That's
brilliant
great.
business model. Yeah, that's a conversation that you and I definitely need to have, and that's a very simple conversation. And
Sure.
relocation companies and HR managers, they are desperate for solutions because it's such a massive project. And it sounds like the hiring that's going to be going on in Huntsville is going to be going on for many years. So.
Absolutely, but they just had a state of the city meeting at the
Mhm,
first. I guess it was probably a couple of months ago,
mhm,
and with the mayor, and there's a lot of infrastructure issues that we need to address because we have so
mhm,
much growth.
mhm.
But that's with any city that
Yeah.
is growing like Huntsville is right now.
Uh-huh.
But with that comes opportunity because
Right.
with infrastructure issues means that those are issues and problems that need to be solved. And guess who are the people that get ready to solve those issues? It's usually falling upon a realtor's desk first, and then
Mhm.
it's going to planning and city developers that they need to figure out how to do this. And I'm doing those things every day. There's transformer issues with the supply chain, but guess who's making those calls to the city to see what we can do to create those problem solving solutions, and
Mhm.
it's a realtor. And so I'm looking forward to some of what our partners have to offer,
Uh-huh.
and see what other outside communities out of Huntsville can
Mhm.
help facilitate the needs that we have here in Huntsville with other
Mhm.
companies that I'm sure that our networks and EXP and our agents have plenty of contacts of people that we can call.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's the really cool thing, because we're one company, not a franchise, there's a different level of collaboration, something that
That's
I've
super
certainly
sweet.
never seen. Mhm. Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, and we all have a vested interest in each other's financial success. I was putting together an event here in Florida, a luxury real estate symposium. And I called one of the top real estate agents in the area and asked her if she would come and, be on the panel. And she kind of blew me off. And anyway, wasn't interested, days didn't work, blah, blah, blah. Well, we were at a social function together and she came up to me and she said, Traci, my market is about a 2 mile radius. She does uber high end oceanfront luxury. That's all that she does. She says, I really can't afford to come into my local market and share all my secrets. And I thought, oh yeah, I totally get that, because when I was with Century 21 and Keller Williams, I was in the same position. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to help, but I couldn't because I couldn't share my trade secrets. The analogy that I use all the time is, Dominic, if you and I both owned Italian restaurants, we might sit down over cocktails and talk about best business practices, but
Sure.
I'm not going to give you my mom's lasagna recipe, right?
Absolutely. Right.
Right. It wouldn't be a prudent business decision. With
Right.
eXp, it's the total opposite. We've got Chuck Keller that can teach luxury classes because he's not worried about you in Alabama, which,
Uh-huh.
moving in on his market in Beverly Hills, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we've seen, and that's probably the biggest reason that our commercial division has exploded. The commercial division, which is a completely separate division within eXp, there's a cap. There's a $20,000 cap. With residential, it's only $16,000, but with commercial, it's $20,000. But a cap in commercial real estate is almost unheard of. So if you're a commercial real estate agent and you're interested in a better opportunity, my goodness, jump on board with our company. You should make a lot more, keep a lot more, and be able to build residual income on top of everything else, and a higher level of collaboration. I mean, with our
Absolutely.
commercial division, Dominic, that's probably one of the biggest things that's going to help you move those, 12 and $20 million projects, because you're no longer landlocked only talking to real estate agents
Right.
that are within a 20-mile radius. You can
Sure.
expand that out to, 87,000 agents in 23 countries.
I'm super excited about that because, as you know, the more the larger our network, the quicker that we can make that money, and that makes me happy.
Mhm, mhm. Well, that's exactly right, and it serves our clients better too.
Yeah,
The wider net that we can cast, the faster we can sell our properties, the more expensive, the more money we can get for them. I mean, it's the ultimate, win-win-win. Don't you agree?
absolutely. I love that. The win-win-win. That's what it's all about.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about, I know that you had a lot of different opportunities, and every real estate company out there would love to have you on their roster. That's for sure.
Oh,
With
thanks.
all the different, well, it's true, with all the different ways that you could have gone, what was the biggest thing about eXp that really stood out and said, you know what, this is the star that I'm going to align with?
Well, it was that, that model of, the profit sharing, and I love that. What really was attractive in the beginning, whenever I first heard about eXp, we always talk about, the life of a realtor. Is a realtor's life ever really over? Do we ever
Mm,
really retire?
not most.
Exactly. And so, that knowing that, you're going to have that security net with the profit, the
Revenue share. Mhm.
market share
Yeah, revenue share.
opportunity. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and so that is what is really attractive, to know that you're going to have that net of, extra income coming in, and then the network and the possibilities of the technology all put together. It just all made sense, and
Mhm.
that's what was really attractive to me. And then once I really experienced the world,
Mhm.
and made my avatar, I got the big picture.
Yeah.
I see it now. It's like if you haven't gone into the metaverse before, or EXP's world yet. I suggest that you do that immediately, because when you've experienced that and you see how quick and easy that you can get to your support systems, and rather it being brick and mortar, and then just going into your office like you did traditionally.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Yeah. And I think I told you this story, Dominic, but I met my husband for the first time in the metaverse. And then when
Oh,
Dave and I got married, yeah, when Dave and I got married, we actually got married in the metaverse. Can you see that? That is the
oh
New
yeah,
York Times. Yeah. Full
yeah. I remember
color
you telling me
spread.
that.
Yeah, the New York Times did a full color spread about us being the first couple ever to get married in the metaverse, and that news story has traveled to over 6,000 news stories in every continent except for Antarctica. So,
Oh wow,
yeah, and so not only can you do great business in the metaverse, but you can find true love too,
wow.
which is kind of a really cool thing. Don't you agree?
that is super amazing. That is a story to last for the ages, for sure.
It's a modern love story. And I also have the honor of having the very first ever eXp tattoo, which I got in Fort Lauderdale whenever I hit $1 million in residual income with this life-changing
Oh,
company.
that is awesome. I'm gonna
First
have
one.
to,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, when you make your first million in residual, absolutely, or sooner.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, and I tell people all the time that there's that EXP for inexperienced real estate agents, for agents that have never had the success that they wanted. EXP will give you a roadmap to be able to make a lot of money in real estate and have a really nice career, right?
Right.
But for real estate agents like you, Dominic, who've already made it, who are already successful, you can get financially free. And I there's no other company that I know of that is offering that. And the only reason I believe that an agent doesn't join EXP is because they haven't slowed down enough to actually take a look at the business model.
Right.
Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. I mean,
Right.
what and they also have to be smart enough to do basic math, right?
Right.
Because if you can do basic math, then it seems to me it's financially irresponsible to be with any other real estate company, right?
That is exactly right. The thing is people hear it, they hear the rumors. It's been going on for years, but they
Sure.
don't actually visualize and see what EXP is offering, so that they can fully fathom what EXP is all about and how it can benefit them in the future. And they don't get up unless they jump in and dive in, or you take them by the hand, like you did for me. I really
Uh-huh.
appreciate that, Tracy.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And you show them the way, then they're able to fathom about how that's going to benefit them. And that's what it takes as part of being a recruiter. As a recruiter, as I recruited players for the University of Alabama football team back when I was in college, the big the we realized that the number one catch to getting these top recruits in college football from all over the nation,
Mhm,
the catch was whenever you got them there on their visit.
mhm.
When you got them there on their visit, you just didn't talk to them. You just didn't just lay out the buffet for them. You took them to the stadium. You showed them the jumbotron. You
Mhm.
put their picture up on the jumbotron with their jersey and their football helmet on. We would take pictures of them before they would go out and walk out on the field. And as
Wow.
these kids are making a transition between the 18 and years old and from high school and going into college, and they're the top recruits in the nation, and they actually see
Huh.
themselves in that picture. Once they see it, then it sinks in, and they say, I want to be here at the University of Alabama. This is where I'm going to be. This is where my family's going to be. And that's what we have to do as recruiters for EXP to build our businesses. And we have to not just tell them, we have to show them so that they can see it.
That I got chills when you told that story. I was watching a video today where the guy was talking about how as professional salespeople and as marketers, we have to give people the opportunity to believe that it will work for them. And
Absolutely.
and that's exactly what you're talking about. The reason that EXP works for real estate agents is because we have better systems and tools to help real estate agents
Absolutely.
succeed. You know,
Yeah.
it's that simple. There's a lot of reasons to come to EXP, but the A plus number one reason is the exact same reason that you decided to come to EXP. It's just better for you financially, long term
Sure.
and short term.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Yeah, yeah.
those systems and tools are the essential part. And that's the key. Once you get those tools in front of them and show them that they can see these tools, how it's going to benefit them financially, and
Mhm.
it's just the smart choice, then it'll be your success as well.
Yeah. Yeah, then the question becomes, how many success stories do you need to hear from other people before you decide to write your own, you know?
Absolutely. And
Mm.
that's, as realtors, we always talk, when we're going into a real estate situation and we're talking to people that are trying to sell or wanting to sell, but they're
Mhm.
so scared of change.
Sure.
That's, as human nature, the majority of people do not like change. And even happens to realtors as well. The hardest thing is change. Once you get,
Mhm.
and if you've been a Keller Williams agent for 5, 10, 15 years, or
Mhm.
like us, we were in Century 21 and we were in Keller Williams. Once
Yep.
you've been in those traditional backgrounds of real estate for so long, and you don't want to mess up your systems. You don't want to change all the things that you're accustomed that you do every day. But once you do it and you make the leap, that change is good. Change is good, and that's once you get past that step, you're home free.
Literally. I love it. That is extremely, extremely profound. I read an interesting story that says that most people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure, which is why most real estate agents are not going to move real estate companies until they're in pain, right?
Right,
I
right,
left Century 21 because I was in tremendous pain, right?
right,
I was not in any pain at Keller Williams. But when I saw the eXp model, I wept because I knew that it didn't matter whether I wanted to leave Keller Williams or not. It would be financially irresponsible to not make that choice. So the interesting thing is, while it's true that most people will do more to avoid pain, for us entrepreneurs, we have something going on crazy in our head where we will do more to gain pleasure. And
right.
that's probably why the best and the brightest agents are flocking to eXp right now, because we're attracting a more entrepreneurial kind of agent. We're not attracting we're happy to have everybody, right? But the slow and steady, maybe our company's not as attractive to them yet because they're making money. But as we see the market continue to shift in most places, we're going to see more and more of those agents that maybe don't want to move, but that they're in pain. So I
Yeah.
beseech you, as a real estate agent, if you are in a place where things are going well, man, that's the best time to make a change, right, Dominic? When you're not
It's
in pain.
Absolutely. It should be the easiest transition. And so that's where you want to be. You don't want to do it whenever you're at your weakest or your lowest. You want to do
Right,
it at your highest and
right.
strongest so that it will the suffering will not be as bad. And
Yeah.
that was my decision. Coming out of COVID, dealing with a dad that just recently passed away from cancer, and me being his caregiver, and then
Mm,
I made the step that 2022 was going to be my year
mhm,
to rebound, and I made that goal for myself, and it came out working out really, really well.
right.
And that's the reason why I chose to move at the time that I did whenever you had called. And
Mhm.
and now I'm setting myself up for a new year in 2023, and I'm going to come out roaring, and I'm just excited.
Wow, realtors get free with eXp, Dominic. That is a beautiful story. Tell everybody how they can find you.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook. I'm at Dominic Mitchell, eXp Realty, and it's at dominic.mitchell at facebook.com,
Great.
or LinkedIn, and I'm on LinkedIn as well. Um,
Mhm,
yeah, those are the two main ways. You can find me on Instagram too.
mhm.
I'm out there.
I I love it. Dominic, I'm so excited and honored and blessed to be in business with you. I think about how, when I was with previous real estate companies, you and I could have been, we could have met at a conference and maybe thrown referrals each other's way, but we never could have been business partners because we were in different markets.
Right.
But for the magical, life-changing company that Glenn Sanford's created with eXp, I can be business partners with agents in all 50 states and in 23 other countries. And And it really changes the whole dynamic and makes it much easier for all of us real estate agents to do our jobs more successfully, right?
It does. And Traci, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to, to recruit me into eXp. Even though I wasn't probably as the most um, uh, um, easiest person to pull whenever I'm got a lot of things going on my plate and talk to, but you were very persistent, and I appreciate that because it's persistence helps, and you helped me make the
Oh.
transition super easy, and I really appreciate you so much. And I'm so excited. I'm so proud to be a part of your team.
Oh my gosh, you have made my day. Thank you so much. And I am honored and blessed to be in business with somebody as wonderful as you. So I'm excited about our new partnership, and I can't wait to see where the next year takes us all.
Thanks, Traci.
Realtors get free with eXp. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.